What do you do with all of these scraps when you get to the bottom of your paper collection? Well, today I'm going to create a single page scrapbook layout, and I'll be using up a lot of these scraps. The photos I'll be documenting today are of a bike ride my husband and I went on just around town. So I printed these 4x4 with a white border on. Like when I printed it with the white border, and then I've matted it on pumpkin, which is a coordinating color for the Enjoy the Ride collection. And you guessed it, I'm using the bicycle paper. So I've cut this down to 7 by 11.5, and I'm planning on having this up top here. And I kind of want to keep this fun and whimsical. So my photos, I'm planning on having kind of offset. I want that white border going around there. So of course I have to ink this, which I'll use my charcoal ink. And then to keep this a little more fun and casual, I'm going to use my corner rounder and round these top 2 corners here. I don't do that very often, but sometimes it's fun to just, it keeps it a little more it's not as structured. So that looks fun to me. And then it worked out perfectly that I was riding, facing this direction, my husband's facing this direction, so we'll kind of ride into each other. For all of the scraps, you could definitely make cards out of these. And a lot of times I do. I take the scrap pieces and I use them to stamp sentiments on. But today we are going to incorporate these onto our layout. My plan is I'm okay with them being different widths. I don't want them the same widths or structured, but I am going to dovetail all of those and just do banners down across the bottom. So I do need to cut these shorter and then add those banner pieces. Some of the plain paper I'll leave in there, but then I also have from the Good Life scrapbooking stamps, I have this little bicycle. So I thought that would be cute to add some pattern paper on some of the plain cardstock as well. So as I'm scrapbooking and I cut off these ends, I just throw them back into the bag. Here, I have the bag right here. So this is the Enjoy the Ride that the workshop came in. And as I cut off all of these pieces, I just threw them back in the bag. So now I don't even have to guess. These are all coordinating colors. They were all in the same. Actually, I think this one ended up in the wrong bag. This looks like it's from the spring collection. Yeah. So that ended up in the wrong bag, but these are all coordinating colors. And like this one brings in some of those rosies and blues and yellows. So I think I'll have it on this side. And then we have some with that bicycle and the plaid checker. But since we're gonna have the bicycle up top, I don't think I want bicycle banners as well. I think that would be too much. So we'll stick with that red, or I think that's rosy actually. Pumpkin is another coordinating color. And this one's limeade. I could bring in some more jade, but this one's a pattern. I also have the suns and the flower one. This one's a bigger piece, so if I cut this down, I might want to be more careful how I cut it so that it's more usable for other projects as well. But let's go ahead and just start trimming these. So I have my Fiskars trimmer. I absolutely love this. This is what I cut all of my pictures with. So let's see how long we want these. If this one is up top here, I think I want them to kind of hang down. Could be a little bit longer. Yeah, that looks good. So 4.5 inches is the longest. I will cut some of these pieces. We could layer some. This one's a little wider than I want, so let's cut him in half. So I'm just kind of cutting these as needed, and then I'm spreading the colors throughout. And as you can see, I didn't cut this one directly in half. I want them to be different lengths. So I have my foam. I'm gonna bring in some scratch paper so that I can stamp off. And then I'm just gonna do charcoal. So I'm not stamping it all the way onto the paper. I'm kind of stamping it off the cardstock, and that's what makes it look like pattern paper. I stamped a couple, so I did one yellow, one rosy. And now I'm just spreading those colors around, spreading the different patterns around, and I am bringing in some more pumpkin here. So I don't want the two bicycle pattern papers next to each other. I don't want yellows next to each other. I am layering the banners, so I do some of the shorter ones on top of the longer, wider banners. The easiest way I have found to dovetail is just cut straight up from the bottom and then in from the corner up to the top of the slit and from the corner to the top of the slit. Comes out pretty perfect every time. If it's not perfect, it doesn't bother me. So I'm just gonna do that with all of these. I actually find this kind of monotonous work therapeutic, so I'm enjoying dovetailing. I'm bringing in the Perfectly Imperfect, and I'm thinking maybe this one, and then I could always do some splatters or even this little burst here. I did use that texture stamp. You can see it on that pumpkin and the limeade banners. And then I'm just lining those back up, making sure I have my colors where I want them. I'm kind of liking how that's dispersed. So it's not a pattern, but it's, I don't know, it makes your eye travel too. So you're trying to find those other colors, you know? I got the banners adhered. To transition these two, like the banners from the pattern paper, I'm thinking of bringing in my pine shimmer trim. So there's some pine mixed in with those bikes, and I think that would just be a fun little touch. So I'm going to cut some shimmer trim down here. And the nice thing with this Close to My Heart shimmer trim is the adhesive is right on it, and you just peel that off. Since Close to My Heart is closed, this is no longer available, but Stampin' Up! Does have some glitter paper, so I'll find that and link it in the description box below. To slightly overlap the banners. And then our photos will go right up here. I pulled all of the stickers and die cuts from this collection that were bike themed. These are clouds. Those I was thinking could go on here, but I don't think so anymore. Here's another bike. This I could write the date on. Here comes the sun. Doo doo doo. Here comes the sun. All right, where would I put these? This matches this a little too closely. Wonder if it would look better. I don't know. Bicycle, bicycle. There's so many songs that go along with this paper pack. I can't help myself. I have to go around these. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Here comes the sun, doo, doo, doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. I don't know any more words, but it's alright. Hope that's stuck in all of your heads now too. Alright, back to embellishing. So I for sure want to use this little bicycle tag here. I kind of liked when I had it up top. And then this will be a good spot to write my date on. So that could go up top too. I like how this arrow points into the layout. So I kind of feel like that needs to go on the left somewhere. Here's that Here Comes the Sun little circle. I'll spare you the singing again. But that might look nice up next to this little bicycle. I kind of like that, just keeping it simple with the embellishments. It's kind of funny. I've had this bike since I was in probably middle school. and I just still have it. So still write it. I kind of like how simple this layout is. It really did not take long to put together. The longest part was probably dovetailing all of these. I like how the shimmer trim just adds that extra detail. We still have quite a few scraps. So I could make a card. Oh, I never included this color. Oh man. I might be able to add a small one up here. I'll do that quick. There we go. Now we brought in some more of that green. So we can definitely put together a card with these extra scraps or even another layout. This would look cool if we turned it too and did the banners coming out the sides and did a double page layout. We could continue this on. So banners are a great way to use up all of these little scraps. I like to ride my bicycle.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to my channel. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, live a life worth scrapping.